generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the Silver Lung system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lung system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lung system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lung system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365.
Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family, not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to gusset.com/America today. We're going to Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, syndicated columnist, former Wall Street Journal editor, and, of course, former head of policy department of Treasury under Reagan, here in a moment. Just briefly finishing up with the birth certificate. I've not been a birther in the 3 years this has been out. I have interviewed some guests. I've looked at it. They're definitely covering up Obama's past. His mother's definitely CIA and above with the big foundations. He definitely had the name Barry Soetoro. It's weird. But the fact that they did release this new one and it's been analyzed and it's clearly been shown to be fake is amazing. And Dr. Jerome Corsi is on tomorrow. And we've got that report up on prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com. Birther bombshell. Corsi to release evidence proving Obama certificate as fraudulent. A fraudulent composite. We've got a video in the next few hours going up on Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com, a 10-minute report detailing the full spectrum of this information. And Joseph Farah saying he's going to have to sue Esquire now because it wasn't a parody. They didn't say it was a parody. They didn't add it with satire. They came out in a serious report and said they interviewed Farah and he was recalling the book and giving people's money back, which is economic espionage and a serious, serious attack, which shows they're desperate. And ABC News reports the White House is now planning to run on the birth certificate issue and putting out campaign T-shirts to be sold to raise money. So this issue is not going away. I wish it would, because I want to look at the issues with Obama. He might have been born on Mars, for all I care. At the end of the day, this guy's continuing the neocon agenda. We'll also get Dr. Paul Craig Roberts' take on Obama coming out and pushing all these revolutions and saying Israel needs to go back to its 67 borders. Ron Paul's out saying that there is a move to try to occupy Pakistan. I had General Gould on a few days ago. U.S. helicopter attacked an emplacement over there. It is certainly deteriorating very, very quickly. So that's all coming up. Now, the main reason that we have Dr. Paul Craig Roberts with us today is the whole Dominique Strauss-Kahn situation. And in national polls in France, fully 60% or higher, the lowest poll, 60%, believe this is a setup. Kahn was set in polls to handily defeat and was going to be running as the leader of the Socialist Party against Nicolas Sarkozy, who is a lapdog of the Anglo-American banking establishment. I'm not saying Bilderberg Group member Kahn's a good guy. He's a globalist, one-worlder as well. But it is suspicious that normally, Al Gore, any of these guys can get away with murder. Bill Clinton, Juanita Broderick, all of it. But then magically this happens. So the whole thing is suspicious. And Paul Craig Roberts has an article, The Strauss-Kahn Frame-Up, the American Police State Strides Forward. So we'll cover that first, then get his take on the whole OBL hoax. He very eloquently a few weeks ago with Paul Watson broke down some of the glaring issues. Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Alex.
Good to have you with us. Let's get into the Dominique Strauss-Kahn. You seem pretty convinced here that there's some dirty shenanigans going on.
Well, I am, because from the very beginning, the police, instead of doing as they are required to do and give a defendant the presumption of innocence, immediately began painting a picture of a guilty man. So from the very first announcement, the police have been trying to paint his guilt all over him, and it continues that way. And so when you see that, it's pretty much a giveaway that they intend to convict him. And there's too many things wrong with the story. And one of the most astounding things is that the way they found him is that when he got to the airport, he realized he had left his cell phone and called the hotel and said, "I'm at John F. Kennedy Airport, and I think I've left my cell phone, and would you see if you can retrieve it?" Now, that doesn't go with the picture that the police put out of a rapist fleeing his crime and heading out of the country. And that was also the reason he was denied bail. The judge said, oh, he was fleeing the scene and had run on a plane, and we caught him just in the nick of time. Well, they didn't catch him. He called in and reported where he was. So it doesn't really make much sense that if you were fleeing from a crime scene, that you would then call the scene of the crime and tell them where you are. So there are just so many things about it. Now, we do know that he was expected to be able to defeat Nicolas Sarkozy for the presidency of France in this upcoming election, and that Sarkozy is America's guy. We put him in there. It was American money and influence. And that another black mark against Strauss-Kahn is that he let the IMF issue a report recently that said that within 5 years, China would have surpassed the United States as the world's leading economic power. And now this hurts Washington's prestige and hurts its ability to bully people. Other people say, well, if we can hold out long enough, they'll lose some of their power. And so this also is a mark against him. And then I think a third mark is that he had scared the bankers because he speaks of the need to re-regulate the banking system, which is run amok. And he has also indicated that he was sympathetic with Joseph Stiglitz's view that the IMF should cease to be a weapon that the rich use against the poor, and that the kind of austerity programs that are imposed on poor people, as in Greece today, Ireland today, in order to bail out Wall Street, that just really doesn't fly. And so he had a whole number then of powerful enemies, and had predicted prior to his departure for the United States that he thought Sarkozy would set him up with a rape charge. Now, he didn't mean in America, in an American hotel. He was thinking in France that he would be presented with this type of smear in order to reduce his standing in the polls.
Yes, sir. Let me add a caveat there. I have BBC, Daily Mail, all the big French papers. He was on record saying they could set me up in a car park claiming I raped a woman, but that's not even the big key. I want you to speak to that. And then this, they admit that a campaign staffer of Sarkozy put out the tweet that he had been grabbed for raping this woman before it was even in the news, yes, and before he was even arrested. And now they backtrack and said, well, we got a call from one of our operatives in the hotel. And it went further. The head spin doctor, and this is admitted,
right,
admits for Sarkozy, the big national Karl Rove over there, the equivalent of Karl Rove admits that he put this out before it was even known. So whether he did it or not, or maybe she enticed, or who knows, this is all red-handed that this was an intelligence operation.
Yes, I think that you're right. I cited that report from the Daily Mail and from Liberation in my column. And it is clear that that is admitted. Somehow the operative for Sarkozy against Strauss-Kahn knew before the New York police made the announcement. So that, of course, is more giveaway. So I think, you know, I think he'll have a hard time getting out of it, because if you look around, you know, the left wing will want to get him because he's a rich white guy, and the feminists will want to get him because they know that all men are always raping women, and there are just so many people that getting him is emotional satisfaction. It goes along with their agendas and emotional needs. And he's going to have a hard time, and it's quite clear too. To add to your point, Alex, that if he was actually serving the system, they wouldn't touch him. He would actually be able to rape somebody in broad daylight and get away with it in front of witnesses. So clearly, he was seen as a threat, and he, just like Eliot Spitzer, and was eliminated. He was a threat to not just the banks, but I mentioned to a wide variety of powerful interests. And the fact that such a powerful figure was destroyed indicates that he was seen as a threat, not as a servant of the system.
It definitely shows that there's a rift between the IMF and World Bank, definitely illustrates that there is a fight going on right now. And we saw Merkel last year call the big private banks like JP Morgan and others, you know, crooks. They're trying to implode Europe. They're trying to implode the United States. They're completely predatory. I don't think at the end of the day, Dominique Strauss-Kahn is an angel. But at the same time, clearly some branches of the ruling class realize that this predatory imploding of economies to consolidate them will end up killing the goose that lays the golden eggs.
Yeah, that's it. Of course, there's no doubt that the man is randy, and likes the companionship of women. And that, of course, is also being used against him. And I think that, even among the Soviet Communist Party, a social conscience developed among some members, leading to